Hello. Haha. Hello everyone. I I've had the craziest week and it's only Wednesday. Oh my gosh. I mean, technically the craziness started Friday, I would say. I would say the craziness started Friday. And it wouldn't have been so crazy on Friday if I'd been more productive. Last week was just, you have those weeks that aren't very productive. Yeah, that was last week. Yeah. Hello everyone. I was not very productive last week at all. I did very, very little, and I had to write an annotated bibliography. Ended up not going to work on Saturday, so it was due Saturday night. This week, on the other hand, I had 2 exams, and I have an outline for a long paper due, and I'm... One of the exams I just took earlier today, so thank goodness that's over with. Oh man, thank goodness that's over with. I am glad I don't have to deal with that. But I have another exam in 2 days, and I haven't started studying for it because I was too busy studying for the one that was today. Oh, this is great. So, I have 2 days to study for an exam. That's great. I normally prefer to have a week, but hey, we don't always have that luxury. I was having a hard time mentally last week. I was just not all there. I would say until today. I hate outlines. Let me do the essay in one take. Exactly. Although she said that we could do like a rough draft if we wanted to, so I could technically do that. I might be too lazy though. Didn't the school year just start? How do you have so much to do? It started at the end of August, so it's been like a month. And I didn't have much to do at all until this week, all of a sudden. And the part of the reason is there's like a school event happening next week, and they can't do exams next week. And that's why all the stuff is this week, because they can't do it next week. Which, it sounds, when they do something like that, they're like, oh, we'll make it so no one can make the students take exams this week. The students will be happy that they don't have to take exams this week. No, the students will suffer the week before. That's what's gonna happen. Oh my gosh. Praying for your brain, please pray for my brain. I'm in microbiology, I'm in endocrinology. This is great. Oh. We made it through, that's what counts. I'm halfway through this week. I'm gonna be so happy when this week is done. The next week I won't have anything because they can't make me. Oh my gosh. This exam's not even October? Yeah, this is normal. I have to take like 4 to 5 exams a semester, so you know. It's normal. That's why both my classes have exams around the same time. Because this is the normal time, apparently. Like, it's a little early, but that's because of next week. The cram is not gonna feel good. I know. That's why I brought you guys here, for emotional support. What year are you? I'm a junior. Imagine not being an engineering student. Yeah, that I am not. I took micro as well, it's not that bad. Here's the thing, it's the professor and like the class that's difficult. I don't know if it's microbiology specifically, it's just this professor. Like, her tests are really difficult, the lab that comes with it, we have to come up with our own research project as well as doing all this other lab stuff. So it's like 3 things for one class. And it's too much. It's too much. I have other classes. I cannot. Oh my gosh. I've been doing so much actual paperwork for my law enforcement classes and spring killing. Oh no, not paperwork. Oh my gosh, welcome to the members. I just saw that. Welcome! I missed my first exam this semester because of a pilgrimage. Oh. I didn't even bother with studying, and I'm surprised I still get okay grades. That's crazy. I do bother with studying. And I get pretty good grades, most of the time. Most of the time, not always. I just started college as a freshman. Any tips? Honestly, the hardest thing for me is not the classes, it's the time management. If you can figure that out as soon as possible, that'll help you in the long run so much, so freaking much. If you can figure out the time management, I'm of the belief that pretty much everyone has like the intelligence necessary to do well in any given class. Some people might have to take more time on it than others because everyone thinks differently and like everyone's good at different things, but I think anyone can succeed in something if they put in the right amount of time, right? That's the hard part, because sometimes you don't have the right amount of time, like it's not even available to you. But managing your time, I would say that's something I'm bad at. Obviously, I'm cramming studying for exams in 2 days. To be honest, I should be studying too, since I'm not doing so on my classes, but instead I'm procrastinating because I'm like that. Hey, this is a study stream, you could study too. Sometimes I wish I'd gone to college like I was planning to before the pandemic, and then I talked to my friends who are in college and I realized I saved myself from. Yeah, it's definitely a lot. Here's the thing, I'm looking forward to graduating, but I don't know what the heck I'm going to do when I graduate. So, I'm also not. That's me with math. I'm struggling so hard, literally cannot focus on my other classes at all. I know! It's so hard balancing classes. Why can't I take one at a time? I've had the opposite for bad professors. They lock out assignments and extend lectures by talking about their lives for 2 hours. Oh no. That's crazy. Procrastinating is the best. It's great until eventually you have to do the work and then you're like, oh, I regret that so much. I'm overloaded this quarter and doing electrical and computer engineering. This should be fine. You got this. I believe in you. Procrastinating feels good in the moment. When it catches up with you, it feels like the dookie. Exactly. Watching my brother cram for biology made me glad I chose engineering. You know, it is what it is. I do well most of the time. Why study when you can watch paint dry on the wall? It's a good question. My buddy has been in college for like 6 years now. He was going to be a psychologist, but he started shifted and now wants to be a speech pathologist. And like, I don't know what he does, how he does it. That's fair. Studying is good for your grades, but video games, it's more fun. So true. And a big issue for me is I was such an overachiever in high school, and like I didn't have any friends, so like all I did was like that's all I had was school. So, and I really liked like you study for an exam and then you get an A and it's so validating, and so that's kind of consumed my life. And then now that I've tried to start like prioritizing myself and my mental health because I'm too burnt out to do that the way I did in high school, it's hard. It's so hard. Because I feel like I'm being less productive. But maybe that's a good thing. Maybe I was being too productive before. You got some time to figure out your future plans. Everyone says that. One day I won't. One day it's gonna be staring me right in the face and I'll have to do something about it. It's kind of a scary thought, but hey. It's in the future. I don't have to worry about it. Don't worry about that later. You should ask your professor to ASMR while they teach. That's crazy. Why write when you can stare at a blinking cursor? Exactly. Hello, Plushie, saying hi before my boss catches me, but I'll be listening. What do you think of Mike, friend, blah blah blah? I honestly have no idea who that is. I apologize, I'm uncultured, or maybe, I don't know. I don't get how anyone games in college. I feel weird doing it, so all I do is study and hang out with friends. You see, I don't do the hang out with friends. What are you studying for? I'm studying for endocrinology. Well, I will be once I decide to start studying. My big thing is, as long as I'm fine mentally, it's whatever, even if I fail a big test. Exactly. Even when I'm being less productive and I know it's good for me, I still can't help but be stressed that I'm not doing anything to succeed. Yeah, I get that. I do get that. Like, I know I've been I have to read a lot for some of my classes, and I've been just kind of skimming over it and pretending to read it. And I feel so bad, because I used to always, I was really good about actually reading stuff, you know? But, if it's the difference between reading on Spark Notes for, an hour, or staying up all night to actually read it, I'm going to do the Spark Notes. I'm sorry. In the long run, I think it's much better for me. I like how in school the goal was to get to and pass college, but after that they really leave you to swim in an ocean with no direction. I know, it's so true. This is why I want to stay in college, kind of. I don't, but I also do. I mostly don't, but... Also love your ASMR, it's helped me sleep. Oh yay, I'm happy to hear that. The ASMR goes hard. Love your videos and always keep up with you. Keep up the great work. Thank you. He was a president of the U.S. 37th, I think. He had some cool policies. Huh. I don't know I don't know of things. Yeah. Doing 20 course units right now. Wow. That's a lot. I don't know how many I'm doing. Condex Mike's character from Breaking Bad? Oh. That makes more sense. Hi, I got a question. Why is your voice so freaking cute? What? Everybody says it. I don't understand it. Not even in an ASMR setting. When I'm making a completely normal video, or even I don't know, voice recording or voice chatting or whatever, somebody's always like, your voice is so cute, and I'm like, what? I've just accepted it's a fact. I don't know. It doesn't... I don't know. When I hear it recorded, I think it sounds terrible. When I hear it out of my mouth, I think it sounds like me, but that's all I have to say about it. I want to never stop going to college and become a burden on the taxpayer. Oh, yeah. Wonder when the Bletchy arc will happen? Oh, no. Don't expose me like that. To all of you who are in college, enjoy it while it lasts. Half my college life was wasted online because of the pandemic. Yeah. That was high school for me. I know I'm a baby, but like, it's such a weird time. Everyone thinks their own voice is simultaneously normal and bad. Like, I like the way it sounds. Until I hear it recorded. Like, when I'm talking, I talk to myself all the time. I talk to myself all the time. Like, you might think me sitting down and recording a girlfriend ASMR is, like, so weird. It's normal for me. Like, I would... I would say random stuff like that out loud anyways. Like, I'm not kidding. I'm not joking at all. Why? That's why I figured I should, like, I do this anyway. Why not record it? You have a pretty unique voice, I guess? Is it? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I guess I do live with my family, and we probably sound pretty similar-ish. I don't know. Can I ask you if you have scripts or you just kind of ramble? I do not have scripts, because if I had scripts, I would be stumbling so bad. I would be stumbling. I'd be trying to read and I'd be mixing the lines or something. I'd be stumbling so bad. Because I'd forget. What happens to me is I forget I'm reading something because I get too into it and I'm like, oh wait, I lost my place. Honestly, online isn't too bad. Online classes are super convenient, not much money was saved, and I got to work. No fun though. Online classes were really hard for me. Really, really hard for me to pay attention to. And I was never fully online either. Like, it was hybrid for me. Like, I'd go to class a couple days a week instead of all of them. But your voice kind of reminds me of one of my friends, which is odd because that's twice now I've watched an ASMR and realized their voice reminded me of someone. Huh. That is interesting. I don't know, I really make connections like that, I feel like. Like, my mom will randomly be like, this character in this movie we're watching right now. Or this actor. Like, who is that? Like, who is that? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. And then she's like, it's this person that plays this person, this other movie. I'm like, how was I supposed to know that? How was I supposed to know? Especially in, like, an animated movie. She can always tell, and I'm like, how? How do you know this? How do you make that connection? I tried going to college. I wanted to learn about business stuff. I got accepted and got scholarship. I was really excited, but one day I got an email saying they were shutting down the next month. Oh no! What is something you wish people knew about you, Plushie? It's a good question. Something I wish people knew about me. I wish people knew that I, how do I word this? I don't know. I wish people knew that I was easily overstimulated in social situations, and that if they're trying to talk to me and I'm giving short answers like, yeah, cool, okay, something like that. It's not because I don't like you, it's because I literally can't think. It's too loud in here. I'm not trying to be rude, I can't. Your voice is cute but not squeaky, almost like cute but with mommy vibes. Mommy? You stumble with scripts, have you considered improv theater? I've been in plays before where we did like improv exercises. I thought it was the funnest crap I've ever done. Yeah, like if I have the script memorized, I don't stumble with it. And I Here's the thing, I have a terrible memory, but I'm really good at memorizing things. Like, it stays in my head for like a day or two if I don't refresh it, but like, it's not that hard to put in my head. It just leaves really quickly. If that makes any sense. If I have my lines in a play memorized, I don't struggle at all. But like, if I'm just reading a script I wrote, I'm not gonna memorize it. Like, I wrote this, I'm not gonna memorize it, and then I realize I have to. Oh my gosh, thank you for the super chat. What the heck? That's so much money. Thank you! Oh my gosh. Shadow Wizard Money Gang, we love casting spells. Keep up the good. You have a very unique voice and a way of doing ASMR. Don't let college get in the way of living like Larry. Thank you! Thank you so much. My gosh. Plushie mommy fin win? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know how to do that. I'll have to randomly listen to a lot of mommy ASMR for no reason at all. To, you know, learn. To learn, you know, for educational purposes. Okay, I lost where I was in chat. I was too busy reading the super chat. Stumbling with scripts be like reading an English class? That's so true. That's so true. Your voice makes me believe that you're like a ball of sunshine and is really wholesome and stuff. That's why I watch your vids so much. I feel like I have that impression on people. I feel like I'm normally a more, like, normally more positive person, just naturally, even though I'm depressed. I do it so well, man. I'm not faking me being like, oh, hi guys! You know, I'm not putting on an act. I'm genuinely depressed and also at the same time. I'm just like this. Then people are like, you're depressed? I don't believe you. I'm like, bro. You saw me and now you won't say that, bro. It's great though. I like it. I like that about myself. I'm usually the friend who knows all the actors when everyone else watches with me couldn't care less. And I'm like, oh hey, it's the guy from that thing, and my best friend is like, okay. Bing bing. Finally someone who understands the struggle of basic human interaction. Exactly. Exactly. Oh my gosh, some people are crazy. It's kind of scary. I mean, I don't know. I feel like so many extroverts are scared of introverts. Honestly, I'm terrified of extroverts. They're scary people. Like, what's wrong with you? People always tell me I'm antisocial. Like, no, I'm just awkward. So true. Plus, you're going through a mommy training arc. I gotta learn. That's a skill I need for something. You know, for science, exactly. Tips on mommy ASMR use: lots of good boys and positive affirmations. Ooh. Yeah, that makes sense. Is it weird listening to other ASMR videos for research? I don't think so. I gotta know how to do it some way. It's not like someone went and wrote a textbook on it. It's like when you're a writer, you read books. I know, 'cause I'm a writer. I read a lot of books. It's the same thing, except it's a little different. Because, I don't know, someone's like, I'm going to read this book. And people are like, oh, that's cool, you must be smart. I'm gonna go listen to this ASMR. People are like, what? I feel left out as one of the people who doesn't like mommy audios. Same with the underage stuff. Just never got it. Honestly, I it's definitely not my go-to, to be honest. It's cool, it's not my go-to. Hi, is the stream gonna be on the channel so we can see it later when it's finished? Oh yeah, yes it will. I'm so far behind, I bet. Hold on. Got an interesting question, if you don't mind answering. But how have the people around you shaped the way you perceive love? That is a deep question. Holy crap. The short answer... I'm so behind, hold on. I need to start studying at some point too. This is a study stream. and don't feel bad for distracting me. If you weren't here, I'd be even more distracted. I'd be distracted beyond return. How do I perceive love? These are the questions. Depends on what kind of love you mean. If you're talking about romantic love exclusively, that's a funny topic because I'm always in the position of one-sided love, and normally it's me, occasionally it's the other person that likes me and I don't like them, but I'm always in that position. I cannot seem to do this whole mutual feelings thing. I don't know what that is. Never heard of it. Talking about just love in general, I would say I feel like recently I've learned that I don't have to give like stuff to people that I care about as much as I thought I had to before. Yeah, it's a very vague way because that's what my brain said, so that's what I said. When the mask becomes your face, I know the struggle. That's so true. Good evening. I had the interesting interaction of saying hello, how are you to a stranger and offered a hand for a handshake. They proceeded to lightly the tips of my fingers and not respond. Oh no. I got like reverse seasonal depression. What does that mean? I have no idea how extroverts can be the way they are. It's baffling. It's so true. Why are we talking about seasonal depression? I have no idea. Are we flexing what depression we have? Yeah, it's the mental illness flex. I'll never understand some people that are like, have a long list of mental illnesses. They're like, yeah, most of which are self-diagnosed. Like, are you sure you're not making stuff up? Because some people genuinely have a lot of mental illnesses, but like, there's always those kids online with a long list that they've just kind of adopted and were never diagnosed by anybody. Though this is my take, if you want to have good ASMR channels to fall back on for your ideas, you should watch Darling's Drop. Thank you for the suggestion. Birds aren't real either? Birds aren't real? Huh. I'm still thinking about getting into college because after I graduated from school, I joined a boot camp. After the boot camp was over, I'm now working at a place directed by the boot camp. Birds don't exist? What is everyone saying birds don't exist? Plushie's computer sounds like a PlayStation 4. I'm sorry, it's a laptop. It's not even a gaming laptop, it's just a laptop. Is that your computer fan or your AC? That's my laptop, man. That's my laptop. Plushie, are you in college or uni right now? Well, I am. See, the thing is, I am American, so they're the same. They're one and the same. Don't know why we're like this. Why are Americans so weird? I don't understand us. I don't. Thank you for the sticker, Lazy Gang. The sticker that says work. I should probably work. Laptop user, let's go. I like laptops. They're small. And, I can move them. And I can take them to my bed. Why does that sound weird? No. That only sounds weird in my head. I'm always in my bed. It's not weird. Plushie, do you ever have plans to make a Discord server? I do. Hold on, I gotta go grab my iPad. I'm back with my iPad. Ugh. In case you're wondering, the iPad is for I take my notes on my iPad. Okay. Let me see here. Okay, so. Oh, I don't want to study. Guys, do I have to? Oh, it's taking me so long to scroll to the beginning. Hold on. Oh, there's actually so many pages. What the heck? I don't want to do this. Hey guys, look, I'm looking at my notes. Does that count? Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, content. She posted like a, I thought she posted like a, shoot, what's it called? Oh, I have an assignment due in 2 days. That's, shoot, I just banged my funny bone, kind of, and my entire hand went numb. That's great. Oh. It wasn't like a bang, it was more like a, I leaned on it on the desk. My hand went numb. Oh, that's not good. Oh, here it is. I found the review. Okay, the review is 2 pages long. That's great. That's just beautiful. Peer pressure. Oh no, not you guys peer pressuring me into studying. Judging by the chat, looks like the study is going well. What are you studying? I'm studying endocrinology. Okay. Exam is in 2 days. I don't need to be reminded, I know. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for the red super chat. What the heck? You guys! Premature celebration for 5k subs. You're absolutely rocking. I'm absolutely sipping. In chat, protect this bean and help ensue successful grades. I'm heading out. Thank you so much. What the heck? Dude, it's so much money. Holy cow. Okay. Alright. Okay. Explain Arnold Berthold's experiment with castrated chickens. Okay. So we're going to read about castrated chickens. Oh, okay. That's how it had to start out. That's fine. Actually, I'm gonna start with the overview before I do that. I'm going to say a lot of things out loud because that's how I study. Also, you'll be less bored. This ain't gonna be monetized, bro. At least this isn't in my anatomy class. This is my endocrinology class. It's about hormones. Okay. So, endocrinology is a branch of medicine concerned with the structure, function, and disorders of the endocrine glands. Okay, I studied. I'm gone. Just kidding. Oh, man. Okay. Oh, wow, we're already at the chickens. Let me see. Chapter 1. Yay. Woohoo. Do I have to? Okay. Can I open this in a new... Hold on. Can I open this in a new tab? Or does it have to be in this... Oh, it has to be in this... Oh, that's okay. Yeah, I definitely can't show some of these... I'm not going to show the slideshow on the stream. And I definitely couldn't. Biology students will understand. I couldn't. I'd definitely get demonetized real fast. Okay. Green system is communication system. With the nervous system, text changes in the environment initiates appropriate change. Homeostasis. Yay. Homeostasis. Regulates tissue function, growth, development, and reproduction. Yay. It's great. Like, okay. Thyroid gland, parathyroids, adrenal glands, pancreas, male and female parts. Yes, why am I a biology student? This is weird. Hypothalamus pituitary gland. Yay. Sorry, I'm just reading stuff that was on the picture. Michael, I might just blink out while listening to this. I wouldn't blame you. Oh, it's a giant chart. I'm not gonna read that. I'm not gonna read that. I don't read charts. They stress me out. Okay. So, the endocrine system composed of endocrine glands that secrete chemical messengers, hormones, into the circulatory system. A hormone is a signaling molecule chemical messenger that traffic information from one point to another, typically through a soluble medium like the extracellular fluid or blood. Yay. Hormone characteristics produced in small quantities, secreted into intercellular space, my bad, transported some distance, acts on target tissues, regulate body activities. Okay, this is a whole lot of nothing. I don't know what this is saying. Okay, functions of the endocrine system. Oh, there's so many functions. Why couldn't it have just like one? Okay. Y'all will be able to hear about the chickens later. I gotta get there in the PowerPoint. So, regulation of metabolism, control of food intake and digestion. I said that right. Modulation of tissue development, iron regulation, water balance, heart rate and blood pressure regulation, control of blood glucose and other nutrients, control of reproductive functions, uterine contractions and milk release, and immune system regulation. It's busy, let's say that. So this is about the human body. This is about hormones. Homeostasis. Maintain a stable, relatively constant internal environment. Values of variable fluctuate around the set point to establish a normal range of values. So the set point is the ideal normal value of a variable. Okay, what is the set point for body temperature? Why are you asking me a question? It's asking me a question and not giving me the answer. Wait, no, actually there's a graph. Hold on, I gotta turn my head to read this. 98.6 Fahrenheit. Okay, I knew that. I'm surprised it's in Fahrenheit, to be honest. The chemical messengers go to the target cell tissues. Autocrine sends signals on the same cell type. Intracrine. What? You can't just put a word in here and assume I know what it means. What's intracrine? Paracrine signals to the neighboring cells. Endocrine into the bloodstream. Neurotransmitters released from neural axons and go to postsynaptic cell. I know what that is. This wasn't on the review, so I don't think it's that important. Neurocrene released from the neural axons and travel in bloodstream to distant target. Plus, you're teaching college courses now. I'll be able to do surgery soon. Is this about chickens or military mission? It's about hormones. Okay, so there's a picture here. So the autocrine puts a hormone that goes to the target, and then the target is the same cell type as the autocrine cell that released the hormone, and then the target cell will submit a response. Looks like in the picture there's like a negative feedback, because there's a line coming from the hormone back to the cell that released the hormone. Interesting. There's paracrine cell A, and releases the hormone that goes to cell B, which is a different cell type. And then endocrine cell A releases the hormone into the bloodstream, and then it goes to cell B, triggers a response. And neurocrine cell A is a neuron, and it goes into the blood, and then it goes to cell B and submits a response. Okay. This picture, I don't know what it means. Actions of hormones and neurotransmitters. Endocrine and neurotransmitter. Bro, I can literally see the pixels on this picture. I can see the pixels on this picture. Okay. I'm just gonna skip that because I don't know what it means. Okay. Nervous and endocrine system. We're gonna talk about the similarities for some reason. Why do I care about the nervous system? Both systems are associated with the brain, and it has hypothalamus in parentheses. I think that's saying that the endocrine system is associated with the hypothalamus. I don't know much about the nervous system, but I know that the endocrine system is. I haven't taken a class on the nervous system. I don't even know if there is one. Two systems cooperate. Oh, I missed a bullet. Hold on. May use same chemical messenger as neurotransmitters and hormone. Like epinephrine, for example. Pretty sure that's the other word for adrenaline. Why are there so many words for things? Two systems cooperate to regulate body processes. Nervous system secretes neuroendocrine peptides or neurohormones into the circulatory system. Some parts of endocrine system innervated directly by nervous system. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Anybody know what that means? Holy cow. Okay. Use of ligands/receptors to communicate. Neurotransmitters and hormones can signal through GPCR. What's a GPCR? Bruh. Biologists and their freaking abbreviations. I don't know what that means. Oh my gosh. Nervous and endocrine system differences. Okay, so those were the similarities. The differences: mode of transport, axon, nervous system, blood, circulating plasma, I guess for the endocrine system. Speed of response. So the nervous system speed of response is instant, and then the endocrine is delayed. The duration, for the nervous system it's milliseconds, seconds, it's short. And then the endocrine, it can be minutes to days. It's a long time. Amplitude, which is the concentration of hormones, versus frequency, which is the action potentials. What's an action potential? Oh, guys, I'm going to do so well in this class. Oh my gosh. Oh, I just missed it. In my notes I wrote, the endocrine system has ductless glands. Okay, that's great. Let me catch up to where I am in the slides to my notes. Oh, okay, I'm here, okay. I'm on page 14 of 94 of the first chapter, let's go. GPCR is G protein coupled receptors. Oh, yes, I remember that. I remember that from class. G protein coupled receptors. Yes. I remember that from class. Okay. I kind of paid attention in class, just a little bit. I have ADHD and it's an 8 a.m. class. What am I supposed to do? Differences. Regulation of response. Amplitude, I already read that. There's pictures. What do these lines mean? So, in the hormone determines the strength of the signal and the magnitude of the response. Strength of signal depends on the frequency, not size. Action potentials. I'm assuming that's in the nervous system. Interesting. Okay. Regulation of response, ligand-receptor interaction. Nervous receptor affinity low. Easy to dissociate, stop the signal, and biological effect, short-lived. The endocrine have a higher binding affinity, 100 to 10,000 times higher. Long-lasting effects. Ligand concentrations. Nervous, high ligand, and synaptic left endocrine, large volume of distribution. What's a ligand? What's a ligand? Differences. Complement. Okay. It's a picture of a synapse. Which is great and all, but I'm studying the nervous system. I don't think that matters much. Again, the first point on the review is about the chickens, so I don't think this matters much. I just think it's good to go over it. You're the biology student. I don't know. I study funny code. Okay. Let me see here. Hormones released. Green arrow. Bloodstream. Green arrow. Target cell / tissue. I'm so funny. Stability. Half-life. Is the length of time it takes for 1/2 of a dose of a substance to be eliminated from circulation. Yeah, I know that. Regulate activities that remain at a constant rate through time, usually lipid-soluble, travel in plasma, attached to proteins. Short. Water-soluble hormones such as proteins. Rapid onset and short duration. Communication, interactions with target cell through receptors, distribution, dissolve in blood plasma and are transported in unbound free hormones or reversibly bound plasma binding proteins. Effects of a hormone's distribution, the type of receptors it binds to, and function. So they're derived from amino acids, amines, modification of amino acids, negative COOH removed. Maybe not negative, maybe it's just the COOH. I don't know chemistry. It's been so many years since chemistry. Synthesized from amino acids tryptophan or tyrosine. Thyroid hormones, catecholamines, norepinephrines. Yes, I know all these words. Peptides, proteins. Derived from lipids, steroids, cholesterol precursor, prostaglandins. Yes, Yep. Sympathetic would be fight or flight, epinephrine, norepinephrine. By parasympathetic would be mostly everything else. Huh, gotcha. Okay. So, the hormones that are derived from amino acids are the amines, the peptides, and the proteins. And then from lipids, we have the steroids and the prostaglandins or something. So, amine hormone, amino acids with modified groups, peptide hormones are have short chains of linked amino acids. So there's multiple amino acids, it's a peptide hormone. If it's one modified amino acid, it's an amine hormone. Oh yes, I love biology. Protein hormone, long chains of linked amino acids. Okay, so if the short chains, it's a peptide hormone. If it's long chains, it's a protein hormone. Okay. Steroid hormones are derived from lipid cholesterol, not amino acids. So the amine hormone example was norepinephrine, the peptide hormone is oxytocin, protein hormone example is human growth hormone, steroid hormones testosterone and progesterone or whatever. I know what testosterone is. I don't know what that other one is. It sounds female though. Let me see here. I have a song stuck in my head. Peptide hormones are released by everything that has P, basically. Steroids would be ones released by thyroid gland. Ah! Thank you. You're telling me so much stuff. Every time I look, you said something useful. Okay, let me see here. Effects of hormones. Chemical nature of hormones affects the hormone's distribution, the type of receptors it binds to, and function. Did I skip the chickens? I think I did. I may have to go back to the chickens because I swear that we would have encountered them by now. I'm sorry guys, I think I accidentally skipped the chickens. Peptide hormones synthesized as prohormones requiring further processing to activate. Why can't I see the pixels in this figure, bro? If you're going to put pictures in your PowerPoint, they need to be good quality enough for me to read the freaking words. I'm just saying. They're stored in vesicles. Most are polar and water soluble, and they can travel freely in the blood. They bind to receptors on the cell membrane and transduce signals via the use of second messenger systems. Okay, steroid hormones are synthesized in a series of reactions from cholesterol. They're released immediately, so they're not stored. Generally non-polar and require carrier proteins to travel in blood. Okay. Bind to intracellular receptors to change gene expression directly. Directly? Interesting. Amino acid derivative. Synthesized from the amino acid tyrosine. Tyrosine. Stored before release. Storage mechanism varies. Some are polar, epinephrine. Others must be protein bound. Epinephrine acts on membrane receptors while thyroid hormones act directly on the nuclear receptors. Okay. Great. This is a big couple of graphs that I'm going to skip because they're probably not that important and they stress me out. The important takeaway is steroid hormones diffuse through cells but not blood. Peptide hormones can diffuse through blood but not cell membranes. So peptides need secondary ligands including DAG/C, A, and P. Ah, okay. Hormone secretion can be chronic, where it maintains constant concentration. Thyroid hormone. Acute, where it's a rapid burst of release. Epinephrine and insulin. And then episodic or cyclic, a regular pattern of periodic release. Estrogen. What do you know? Okay. Regulation of hormone levels in blood. Hormone levels in plasma determine the effective ligand at the level of the hormone receptors in peripheral target I'm sorry, I have to read that. I don't know what I'm saying. Like, you guys are like, what? You're so smart. It's like, no, I don't know half the words coming out of my mouth. Hormone levels in the plasma determine the effective ligand at the level of hormone receptors in a peripheral target tissue. I don't know what that means, but it's okay. Regulation is key. Okay. Hormone biosynthesis. Up arrow. Gene expression. Up arrow. Sequestering precursors. Parentheses. Cholesterol. Up arrow. Enzymatic activity needed to produce hormone. Precursor processing, cleavage, post-translational modification, glycosylation, phosphorylation, assembly, heterodimerization. Yep, definitely know what all this means. Hold on, I'm getting behind in my notes with the... Oh, I'm actually pretty behind. Yeah, I literally wrote in my notes. I didn't have to memorize. Oh! I found some notes I wrote. I wrote some little notes. So here I have a picture of a receptor and a hormone and stuff. So, yeah, I wrote down amines and peptide hormones are water-soluble, steroid, and others are lipid-soluble. I have a whole page. Regulating hormone levels in circulation. Influence levels of activity in target tissues. So biosynthesis makes more processing hormone biologically active. If hormones are stored like protein, then they're released. And then binding to plasma protein increases half-life. Metabolism, activate or deactivate the hormones, and degradation, and then feedback. So like a 6-step process looks like. I think I accidentally skipped the chapter on the chickens. I'll have to go back to it because it is important. It was in the review. Exactly, so lipid soluble equals cell membrane soluble, but water soluble equals blood soluble, not cell soluble, since cell membranes are composed of lipids on the inside. Okay, that makes sense. So, I'm going to read this again, just so it goes in my brain. Oh, wait, hold on, my iPad's about to die. It has 18% battery. Oh, hold on. Shoot. Crap. Here we go. Just gonna bring my battery pack over here because I'm too lazy to plug something in. My iPad drains this pack so fast, but you know what? Who cares? Okay, so biosynthesis. We make more. Then there's the processing of the hormone, right? To make it biologically active. Then, if they were stored, they're released, right? Then they bind to the plasma protein, which increases the half-life, and then undergo metabolism, which will activate or deactivate the hormones, undergo degradation, and then there's the feedback. Okay. That makes more sense than whatever the heck this is telling me. Anyway, hormone release. Many hormones stored in secondary granules released in response to signaling cascade triggered by exogenous regulators. Rely on CAMP or calcium ions mobilization exocytosis. Steroid hormones are not stored. Synthesis plays the major role in increase of plasma hormone levels. Hormone binding in plasma. Circulate free or bound plasma proteins. Free and unbound are biologically active. Plasma proteins stabilize concentrations over time. Slow turnover by sequestering from degradative enzymes or kidney filtration. Down arrow degradation, up arrow solubility, up arrow increased time in circulation. I know my studying strategy seems weird. Trust the process, it works. It works more when I have a full week and I don't have to read everything in one day. Okay. College is scam, but I need it for med school. Oh no. Good luck with med school. Oh, you don't cram? I thought you were like the cool kids. I don't cram. At least I try not to. I do better if I don't. If I cram, I won't. I'll just cry for like hours. I know this from experience. If I try to cram, if I sit down to cram, I won't be able to study. I'll just cry. So I need more time. Or I will be stressed to the point where I can't study at all. But unfortunately I have to because I had been procrastinating this because of my other exam that I also procrastinated. So woohoo! I'm gonna do so great in this exam, guys. Trust the process. I'll be fine. Okay. With the bound hormones, I'm not even halfway through this, and this is only the first chapter. Oh, how long has it been? What time is it? 9:37? Bro. It's been like half an hour. I'm so tired. It's fine. Okay. There's a picture here. I'm looking at it. With the bound hormone, only the free fraction is available for tissue uptake. As the free fraction is depleted, additional hormones dissociate from binding proteins, making it available to the tissue. Okay. Role of plasma binding in delivery of hormones to peripheral tissues. Example shows a hormone that is bound to a plasma protein and a hormone that is not protein bound. Okay. Okay. Hormone metabolism can lead to activation or degradation of hormones, converting precursors to biologically active form. Catabolism, converted to inactive metabolites. Oh shoot, I just remembered. I have something else due tomorrow. I have to read a short story for my writing class. It's okay. I need to take a shower in the morning. I haven't taken a shower in over a week. I've been too busy studying. It's fine. I'm gonna take a shower tomorrow. In the morning. Okay. Can lead to activation or degradation of hormones, converting precursors to biologically active form. Catabolism, converted to inactive metabolites, internalized degradation in lysosomes. Affects plasma half-life. Okay. Another picture. But I honestly have no idea what it means. Oh yeah, we love not knowing what pictures mean around here. Yep, I don't know what any of that means, and I don't care. Feedback. Many are controlled either directly or indirectly by biological activity they serve to control. Cool. What's this link to? There's so many links here, what the heck? What is this to? Oh my gosh, it's an article on the National Library of Medicine. I don't want to read an article. I'm not gonna read it. I'm not gonna read. Oh, it's so long. Oh my. Oh. This is one of those things I should have read like earlier. That's low priority. I shower like 5 times a day. Holy crap. That's crazy. You shower more than I eat. Shower more than I drink freaking water. What the heck? Study and share at the same time. Prove the haters wrong. How am I gonna take my laptop into the shower? Okay. Hormone release is regulated by humoral control, the action of substance other than a hormone on the endocrine gland, neural control, by nervous system, and hormonal control, which I guess is different than humoral control. What's the difference? It's an action of a substance other than a hormone. Oh, okay, so it's like neither. Okay. Hormonal control is control by secretory. I can never say it. I end up saying secretary, and it's not what it's secretory. Secret. It's like between like secret and like secretary, and I can never figure it out. Oh, I just love biology words. Control is secretory. I know how to spell it, and that's what counts. Activity of one endocrine gland by a hormone / neurohormone secreted by another. Here's a picture. Okay, I've absorbed the information. Oh, why is there a pizza on this one? I want pizza. What the heck? Why do they put food? Food doesn't normally look good to me in pictures. That pizza looks kind of good. I want the pizza. What am I gonna study? Can we have pizza when you shower? I'm gonna shower in the morning. Okay? No cap. I'm going to. I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna get in the shower. It's gonna be great. But first I gotta study. Must stay focused, brothers? Yes, we must. we must. I'm not lying. Okay. So, food is consumed and digested, causing blood level glucose to rise. In response to higher glucose levels, the pancreas secretes insulin into the blood. In response to higher insulin levels, glucose is transported into cells, and liver cells store glucose as glycogen. As a result, glucose levels drop. In response to lower concentrations of glucose, the pancreas stops secreting insulin, and then food is consumed and blah blah. Disruptions of feedback disrupt homeostasis. Diabetes. I have to do a presentation on diabetes. It's great. I think that's what I signed. Yeah, I signed up for type 1 diabetes. Does anyone in chat have type 1 diabetes? I'm mostly joking. You don't have to tell me. Here's a picture. Of arrows and particles and cells, and I think it's hypothalamus. We love the hypothalamus around here. Okay. Regulation, negative feedback. Okay, negative feedback. We're getting to the parts I actually understand. Hormones produce biological effects that inhibit further production. No. Stop. if you didn't hear that, that was me hitting myself. Don't worry about it. It's a funny, I promise. It's humorous. I realized how it sounds after I said it. It's a humorous slap. Okay. Hormone produces biological effect that inhibits further hormone secretion. So, the hormone does a thing, and the thing that it does produces more of that. No, prevents. Why did I say produces? Prevents more of that hormone from being produced, basically. Yeah, that's a negative feedback. Prevents overactivity, most common form of regulation. So we have the gland that secretes the hormone, which goes to the gland that secretes the hormone. What? Why are there two glands secreting hormones? I don't know. Then it goes to the target tissue, which secretes a hormone. Okay, I think I know what there's two. In the first one, the gland secretes a hormone, and that hormone prevents the gland from making more hormones. Blech. In the second one, the gland secretes a hormone that goes to the target tissue, and the target tissue produces a hormone that prevents the gland that secreted that hormone from... It makes more sense if you're looking at the cute little picture. It makes more sense than looking at when you're looking at the picture. Okay. Hypothalamus. Oh, we made it to the hypothalamus. Let's go. Hypothalamus regulates the release of pituitary hormones, receives information from many areas of the body, influences production of pituitary hormones, maintain homeostasis. Hypothalamus. I'm too tired. Hypothalamic pituitary axis. I'm too tired to pronounce this crap. Holy crap. That was kind of repetitive. I almost said holy crow, because I was going to say holy crap, and then I started saying holy cow, because I realized I would have said crap, like, very close to each other, but it's fine. We're doing great. I realized that the more... Like, if I study a lot, my brain just kind of dies, and then I forget everything I study, but then I remember it the next morning, so if that's where we're at, that's probably a good sign. I'm gonna remember it tomorrow. Low blood levels of T3 and T4, or low metabolic rate, stimulates release of THR. THR carried by hypophyseal portal veins to the anterior pituitary, which stimulates the release of TSH. TSH released into blood stimulates thyroid follicular cells. T3 and T4 released into blood by follicular cells. Elevated T3 inhibits release of TRH and TSH, which is a negative feedback. And then if there's low levels, it'll release TRH. Yes. That's negative feedback. Does that make more sense? It makes sense. What's sanity? Never had any. So true. Okay. Ultra short loop hypothalamic hormone inhibits its secretion. Short loop pituitary hormone inhibits production of hypothalamic hormone. Long loop production of target inhibits production of hypothalamic and pituitary hormone. What? There's a picture. I'm pretty sure that I'm supposed to be looking at this picture while reading this. A short loop, it's like an ultra short loop. I don't know. I'm assuming that's like the feedback loops that are short or longer. Balance, then hormone release, and then correction, and then negative feedback, and then we're back in homeostasis. Okay, that makes sense. Why is there a child in this? There's like a baby. Oh, right, positive feedback. That's why there's a baby. I remember. Hormone produces biological effect that stimulates further hormone secretion. dilation of cervix, oxytocin secretion, uterine contraction, more dilation, more oxytocin, birth. Yay! Birth! Consume the infant. What? Bro. So, that's positive feedback. 'Cause birth. So, touch of the uterus and uterine cervix or stimulation of, can I say, can I even say some of this stuff? I don't want to get demonetized. I don't know. I'll consider this studying censored. Increases action potentials in axons of oxytocin secreting neurons. Action potentials are conducted by sensory neurons from the uterus and spinal cord and upsending tracts of hypothalamus. Action potentials are conducted by axons of oxytocin secreting neurons in the hypothalamo-hypophyseal tract. That's a long word. To the posterior pituitary, where they increase oxytocin secretion. Oxytocin enters the circulation, increasing contractions in the uterus and milk ejection from, you know, the place that milk comes from. Yeah. Just label it as informative. Oh man. I don't know how informative this is. I'm just saying random words. During menstrual cycle. I can't talk. During menstrual cycle. I know what that word is. I have one of those. Before ovulation, small amounts of estrogen are secreted from the ovary. Estrogen stimulates the release of gonadotropin-releasing hormone from the hypothalamus and luteinizing hormone from anterior pituitary. A gonadotropin-releasing hormone also stimulates the release of luteinizing hormone from the anterior pituitary. Luteinizing hormone causes the release of additional estrogen from the ovary. The gonadotropin-releasing hormone and... Sorry, I'm trying to realize what these abbreviations mean. Luteinizing hormone levels in the blood increase because of this positive feedback effect. Okay. Cool. Okay. There's some slides here that weren't in... that are in my notes that weren't on the PowerPoint. That's interesting. I know I have an older version of the PowerPoint in my notes. That's why I'm looking at both. Instead, I could just look at my notes. Okay. Let me see. Where am I? Hormone action, receptors. General rule, steroid and thyroid hormones, receptors in nucleus cytoplasm. Peptide and neurotransmitters, transmembrane receptors, transcription. What does all that? I don't know. Affinity equals level of attraction. Okay. High affinity receptors, cell surface, cytoplasm, nucleus. Okay. Provides specificity and means to activate signaling effector mechanisms. Okay. Hormone plus receptor interactions governed by laws of mass action. When a hormone combines with a receptor, it does so at a rate which is dependent on the concentration of the hormone and the concentration of the receptor. Yeah. Experimentally, we can determine the concentrations of free ligand hormone and the receptor-bound ligand. Why is this important? Don't ask me. This is your PowerPoint. Bro. can determine the affinity of hormone binding to a target receptor, provides information on the total concentration of the receptor. Cool beans. I really don't like the way this professor makes PowerPoints. It's so confusing. It sounds like a textbook. She teaches like a textbook too. I cannot pay attention in her classes, 'cause she talks like this. Like, why? I can only imagine this psychological torment one receives in trying to do a stream, looking at chat and just people telling them to take a shower. I'm going to take a shower, chat. I promise. I promise I'm going to go to sleep and I'm going to wake up and I'm going to take a shower. I mean it. I mean it. She hasn't showered in a week. I'm telling you guys, I have much higher priorities than showering. I promise I'll take a shower in the morning, okay? I promise. You believe it if it's pinky promise. Okay, I pinky promise. You can't even smell me. I'm not even like there. I'm on a screen. I don't smell like anything. If I take a shower tonight, my hair is gonna be so crazy when I wake up. Gonna be all, trust me, it's much better if I shower in the morning. I've learned, I used to shower at night when my hair was long, now it's short, so woohoo. Anyway, saturation radioligand hormone binding assay. Cells, tissues can be lysed, centrifuged, and pellet resuspended to isolate cell membrane proteins. Okay, this suspension added to wells of 96 well plate. Then add unlabeled nonspecific control, compound buffer, and radio-labeled hormone, range of concentrations tested. After incubation, filter to remove non-bound hormone, filter radioactivity determined. I don't know what that means. I really don't know what that means. Generate a ligand saturation curve, determine number of binding sites, receptors, Bmax, and tissue or cultured cells, association constant. This is only in the old version, the slide's not the current, so I don't think it matters. Oh no, it just moved. It just moved it and highlighted some parts of it, which makes me think that it is important because it's all like, highlighted and stuff. Let me see here. Number binding, I already read that. Equilibrium dissociation constant measures the tendency of the receptor hormone complex to dissociate, characterizes the affinity of the molecule for each other. Lower KD means greater affinity, since the dissociation constant. Okay. Ligands can be either agonists or antagonists. Agonists trigger action of a mechanism. Antagonists bind and block the response. Partial agonists variable biological activity. Cool. So ligands can be either agonists or antagonists, right? Two or more hormones can interact to affect the response of cells. Permissive effect. Oh, that's my bedtime alarm going off. Too bad, I have to study. Permissive effect. It's only 10, guys, don't worry. Permissive effect. Presence of one hormone enables another hormone to act. Synergist effect. Two hormones with similar effects produce an amplified response. Antagonistic effect. Two hormones have opposing effects. Upregulation. Up in synthesis to increase hormone sensitivity. FSH stimulation of ovarian cells. Increase in LH receptors. Decrease in synthesis and increase in degradation is down regulation. Okay. Bro, this thing here. Oh, this is a synergistic relationship. Okay. I had that in my notes. Synergistic relationship. Ooh, I have a picture. I have a picture here. In my notes. Okay. Types of receptor, cell surface. Water-soluble, polar hormones, peptide, protein hormones, neurotransmitters can't easily diffuse into or out of cell. So the cell surface ones. Bind to specific membrane receptors on the cell surface to initiate cellular effects on the target cell. Okay. Cell surface receptor proteins, signal transducers, convert extracellular event into intracellular signals that alter the behavior of target cell. What? I'm too tired for this to make sense. I'm just hoping that it goes into my brain. If I read it out loud, maybe it'll go into my brain. I gotta study, y'all. It's great. Intracellular signal molecule, the receptor protein, it's in the plasma membrane. You have the intracellular signaling molecules. I am yawning so much. What the heck? Effector proteins. Cell surface receptors relay signals via intracellular signaling molecules. Second messengers, small chemicals that spread signals to other parts of the cell. Cyclic AMP, calcium or diacylglycerol. Most intracellular signaling molecules are proteins, molecular switches. GTP binding protein, GTP-ACE activity on GTP bound G proteins are heterotrimeric GTP binding proteins. What? What's a heterotrimeric? Activated or inactivated by phosphorylation. Kinases attach phosphorus to a specific amino acid. Kinase cascades amplification of signaling propagation. I remember this part. This is great. I remember this part, kinda. So we have the inactive receptor, the inactive G protein, the inactive enzyme. And then there's going to be a signal molecule that goes to the inactive receptor, which is going to activate the receptor Now, which is going to activate the G protein. And then the G protein splits into two parts and activates this enzyme. And then here we have enzyme coupled receptors, where signal molecule, the form of a dimer, an active catalytic domain. So then the signal molecule attaches to the catalytic domain to activate it, or I think that's the same thing, activated associated enzyme. Yep. Seven transmembrane domain. What? NH2 terminal EC domain plus 7 hydrophobic amino acid segments plus C terminal hydrophilic IC domain. Does anybody know what that means? I don't know. Depend on GPCR mechanisms. Single transmembrane domain. That was 7. This is single. I see tyrosine kinase activity, large EC binding domain, blah blah blah. G protein coupled receptors. They are the largest family of cell surface receptors. 7 transmembrane helices. Ligand binds in a pocket between the helices, resulting in conformational changes in the cytoplasmic surface of the receptor that promote G protein activation. Use G protein to relay signaling into the cell. About half of known drugs work through the G protein coupled receptors, or G protein coupled receptor signaling pathways. Okay, that works. So, it's the alpha, beta, and gamma domain. A better picture of when the GPCR thing. No, this is the GPCR. You can't see where I'm pointing, but this is the G. This is the G. So when the G protein binds, it releases the GDP and it becomes GTP. Okay. I remember watching, this is video on it. I don't know. When she puts YouTube videos into the PowerPoints, I can't watch them on my end. It's so sad. Because I love them. It's so nice. And I can't watch them. I can't watch them because she puts the PowerPoints in like a PDF format and not a PowerPoint format, and then they just turn into pictures. Ask ChatGPT to explain it more simply than fill in the gaps from there. Maybe. I don't know. Let me see here. GPCR effects, adenylate cyclase. I see, for me, the way I remember stuff the way I remember stuff well is if I figure it out myself. So if something's confusing me and I take the time to think about it and figure it out, I'm going to remember it really well. And that's why I normally don't just Google things. I'm like, I know all the materials here. I just have to sit here and figure it out, and then I'll remember it really well. ChatGPT is awful for trying to explain scientific stuff. That too. Okay. Trust the process, Plushie, exactly. Trust my process. This may seem like it's not working, but I promise it is. I do this every time. Don't know what that picture means. Resident cellular cyclic AMP concentrations can alter gene transcription. Do I remember what happens? Yes. I also drew some pictures. I'm gonna look at them. G protein. The alpha portion releases enzymes. That's stuck to adenylaldehyde cyclose. Then we have phosphodiesterase, which increases calcium ions. And then, so the adenyl cyclose turns into, I guess, CAMP. Then both the calcium and the CAMP cause the kinase, which is the phosphorylation, which leads to gene transcription, which leads to the target effects of the hormone. Yeah, it's like the one thing that I actually did pay attention to in class. It's one of the things. Okay. Let's skip the charts. The pictures I don't understand. How the G protein coupled receptors increase cytosolic calcium and activate protein kinase. So complicated. I understand. And then activated GPCR stimulates GRK to phosphorylate the GPCR on multiple sites. Arrestin binds to the phosphorylated GPCR and prevents the receptor from binding to its G protein, also directs its endocytosis. Deactivated it. Crazy. Okay. Types of receptors, cell surface. Binding induces. Oh, I have like 20 slides left in this chapter. What is this taking me? Like an hour? Oh, it's taken me so long to do one chapter. I wanted to go through all of them today. I don't think I'm going to be able to. Why did I randomly look into the chat and see cat boys? What are you guys talking about? Cat boys? It's almost been 2 hours? Yeah, but for the first like half hour I wasn't studying, I was just talking to you guys. Once again, I may seem distracted. I'm so much more focused than I would be if I wasn't streaming. I would have found something to do. I would have found a YouTube video or something, and that would have been it. Why are you guys talking about cat boys? I looked down once. Don't scroll up. I was gone making Plushie say cat boys. I was studying it. I looked down and I saw cat boys. Why are we talking about cat boys? I thought you were studying to create cat boys. I've been deceived. I don't know, maybe I should. Okay. Binding induces G protein activation or kinase activity. Second messengers. Ultimate targets are TFs that govern expression of target genes. Okay. Oh, I'm so tired. Okay. Water-soluble hormones are membrane-insoluble. They bind to membrane receptors. The binding activates a G protein. The activated G protein activates adrenaline cyclase. I know this is important because she puts so much stuff about it in here. Adrenaline cyclase catalyzes the conversion of ATP to cAMP, the secondary messenger in the pathway. cAMP activates protein kinases. Protein kinases phosphorylate proteins in the cytoplasm. This activates these proteins, allowing them to alter cell activity. Cool beans. Okay. G protein alpha subunits activating or loss of function, GPCR or G mutations, constitutively active or loss of function. Homework, I don't care, I already did the homework. Receptor tyrosine kinases. Growth factor receptors, insulin, IGF, PD, GF, FGF, EGF. What? Is this growth factor receptors just end in GF, I guess? Growth factor, that makes sense. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for joining the membership, Foxtrot. Thank you. Okay. Hormone binding leads to conformational change in auto P? There's a P in a circle. Phosphorylation? Is that what P in a circle means? Use your words, you're being a biologist! What the heck? Biologists don't speak English, I'm telling you. Pretty sure that's phosphorylation. I mean, P in a circle normally means either phosphate, phosphate, right? I'm too tired to remember. I'm pretty sure it means phosphorylation. An autophosphorylation receptor. Other signaling proteins bind to receptor, become activated, initiate various effector systems. Okay. Example, insulin receptor. Cool beans! Hopefully when I look over all this tomorrow it'll make sense. Outside the cell we have the EGF binding site. Inside the cell we have the tyrosine kinase. Cytosolic tail. There's two of them and then they bind together? Okay. I'll take that. That works for me. Suddenly there were two of them. Growth hormone and prolactin. No intrinsic TK activity. What's TK? Tyrosine kinases, I'm assuming. Upon ligand binding receptor dimerization, recruitment, and phosphorylation of JAK receptor, phosphorylation allows STAT docking, and phosphorylation dissociates transcriptional regulation. Ah! Pain. I have written something in my notes. Kinase receptors, down arrow, MAPK kinase, JAK/STAT, SMADS, NFKB. Wow. I wrote gibberish in my notes. I don't know what that means. I'm assuming she wrote that on the board and then I wrote it down. as I can't think of any other explanation for why that's on my notes. TNF receptors stimulate osteoclastic bone reabsorption. When we get to talk about the hypothalamus, it makes much more sense. Fleshy's thinking hard laptops gearing up? I don't think those two things go together. I'm not a computer. Hormone receptor activated G proteins, activated adenylate cyclase CAMP, activated protein kinase enzymes. We're so close. We have 10 more slides and we're done with this chapter. Plus you don't get to stay hydrated. I don't even know what that means. Okay, 10 more slides. I can do this. It's alright. I'm almost there. We're gonna make it. Hydrate or dihydrate, bro. I'm not going all the way downstairs to drink water. Too tired. Don't know what hydration is. I only drink water during meals. Lipid soluble hormones, ligand receptor complex binds to DNA and acts as transcription factor. Glucocorticoid, mineralocorticoids, androgens, progesterone, estrogen, vitamin D, thyroid hormones, retinoic acid, PPAR. Okay. Water, ingredients, water. I don't want to go downstairs. I don't want to go downstairs to get water, and I don't have any in my room. When I used to keep water in my room, it just turned into a bunch of bottles that just piled up all over my desk. At one point there were like 25 of them or something. There was like at least, it was definitely over 20, maybe 50, I don't know. Me and my siblings combined, like there was just a tiny bit of water left in each one. We combined all of them, and I got like a full bottle and a half, just from the little bit that was left in some of them. Speaking of which, clean your room of cups. Don't think there's any cups in here right now. I've recently cleaned my room. Oh, there's still paint supplies all over the ground from a project I finished like a week or two ago. I hope you guys understand. I'm not all here mentally. I try. I can wake up in the morning and I can go to class and I can get my work done, and if that's all I can do, that's all I can do. Again, independent transactivation, DNA binding, dimerization, but I don't know what any of this means. I'm sure it's great and interesting, but it's also not at all. Nuclear hormone receptors, thyroid receptor family. Family? Like a family? Estrogen, vitamin D, TR. What's TR? Retinoic acid, retinoid X receptor. Found in nucleus bound to DNA, either as homodimers or heterodimers. Not always. They can bind ligand in cytoplasm. Sometimes ligand binding induces heterodimerization and DNA binding. Binding partner and its position 5 or 3 leads to diversity of functional response. Huh. They bind to the DNA. That's interesting. RBD, 12 alpha helices, ligand agonist binds mousetrap helix 12 repositions over ligand binding pocket, closing and stabilizing. Antagonist binds, prevents closure of H12, suppresses receptor activity. Okay. Ligand binding and receptor activity. Unbound antagonist binding. Receptor associated with repressor complex. Repressed transcription. Ligand agonist binding. Change in conformation, displacement of receptors. Repressors and assembly of co-activator complex. Chromatin remodeling, histone I'm tired. Acetylase activates transcription. Plushie's actually an AI, none of this is real? What do you take me for? Character.ai? None of us are real, we're just a figment of Plushie's, not Plushie's imagination. Huh. Interesting. If I'm not real, do I have to study? I have a ton of resources, but I don't know how to share them. I started my 3rd year tomorrow, so I'm gonna get some sleep. Professor Ibis wishes everyone, especially Sir Robert, a good night. Good night. Thanks for your help. AI needs knowledge. Yeah, but do I really? Child with vitamin D resistant rickets with alopecia. R343H mutation, exon 9 of VDR residing in the retinoid X receptor, RXR binding domain. Without affecting the expression, conformation, nuclear location of VDR, or heterodimerization with RXR, VDR R343H impairs the transactivation activity of VDR on downstream transcription. That's great. I don't know what that means. What's this link to? Center for Nuclear Receptors and Cell Signaling. That's it? That's all? Just the website? No reason to send me to the website. Oh, it's done. Okay, we finished chapter 1. I'm gonna backtrack a bit. I realized I skipped some stuff. Introduction. Is this the part about chickens? No, she has an entire 20-page PowerPoint on herself and the course. That's great. Okay, I don't have to read that. History of endocrinology is the one I skipped. So we have History of Endocrinology, Chapter 4 and Chapter 5 left. 1 out of 3 things have been done. This one is 9 pages long. Okay. I watched a whole video on this. It was actually really interesting. I love it. One thing I do love about her, she always shows us like YouTube videos and stuff, and it makes it so much easier to understand. Okay, 9 pages. Hopefully this is the one with the chickens. Are you a STEM major? No, I'm not. Apparently biology is not considered STEM, so I'm not a STEM major. I'm just I'm in College of Science and Engineering, but I'm not in STEM for some reason. Endocrinology is branch of medicine concerned with the structure, function, and disorders of the endocrine glands. I know I wrote that down myself in my notes. So, castrati prominent in 16th to 18th century. How can affect so much of your body? Arnold Bethold, German physiologist/zoologist, in 1849 castrated chickens, and castrated chickens are called capons. They didn't develop a comb and wattles or exhibit male behavior. Interest in hens, aggressive fight behavior. Transplanted the and admins, developed combs, wattles, and restored specific urges and aggressive behavior. Speculated that secretes something in blood that acts as body. What is it? Don't mind me censoring myself, it's fine. I'm talking about the body parts of chickens, YouTube. This is actually really interesting. Like, they put it back, they take it out, right? And they put it in the abdomen. And they still exhibit, like, all the male behaviors. They take it out, of the thing, and then they put it in the abdomen. And then they become male. Influence of partial and complete caponization on chicken meat quality. Yes. Take out the chicken meat changes. Interesting. Talking as if YouTube's in chat right now. You never know when YouTube's watching you. No, it's crazy. I don't know if it's in the slide, but like the video I watched, there was this opera singer that they did that to him, and since his voice didn't change, he could sing in soprano. Like, he was a soprano opera singer because he didn't do puberty, because they did that to him. But he had a lot of other problems because of it. I was reading a chart and I heard something putting chicken in thigh and becoming male. I don't know what to tell you. Alright. Let me see here. 1902. First hormone discovered creatine by William Bayliss and Ernest Starling. Secreted by small intestine in response to acid release of pancreatic juice. 1905. Hormone, the word, was made based on the Greek word ormo, to excite or stir up. No, now my phone's dying. I can only charge so much technology at once. Okay. Stomach releases acid into duodenum, secreting blah blah blah. I don't really care. Insulin. There's just an entire bullet point and all it says is insulin. Ah, yes, insulin. Wow, such a profound statement you've made. I need Plushie to make an April Fool's Day ASMR video. It's the most ridiculous thing anyone can think of. Hey, members. Wink wink. Me and the members had an interesting conversation. You remember that, members? I don't know how many of you were here. We had an interesting conversation. Maybe I'll do that on April Fool's. I was. Yeah, I remember you being there. I'm not telling you what happens in the membership streams. If you want, you can buy the membership and watch the VOD. Yeah, that's the only way you're gonna find out, I'm sorry. That's right. Okay. I'm a minor and I'm poor. I'm not a minor, but I'm still poor. I never have. I never buy people's memberships or send super chats. It's fine. How much does it cost? I forget how much. I forget how much it cost. How much did it cost? Wait. I don't know how much my own membership costs. I don't know how much it was. $2? Okay. That's not bad. I mean, a month, yeah. Just got back from run. What did I miss? Depends on how long you were gone. Okay. Anyway, insulin. Joseph von Mering and Oskar Minkowski in 1889 removed the pancreas from dogs. The symptoms were similar to human diabetes, and then increased frequency of urination and the amount of sugar in the urine. Something from pancreas must be controlling blood sugar levels. How does the pancreas deal with sugar? Frederick Banting, first Nobel Prize in endocrinology. Insulin sequence in 1953. First protein ever sequenced by Sanger. Yay, that's history. Nine pages. The first one was 94, that one was 9. Okay, here we go, chapter 4. How long is this one? Please tell me it's 77? Oh, I think I need a break. What time is it? 10:36? I never know when my sister's gonna come to bed, but when my sister's gonna come to bed, I'm probably gonna stop streaming, and also I'm gonna lose the ability to talk out loud. Oh my gosh, thanks for gifting the membership. Thank you. So we'll see the sequence of the bond. Yep. I need a minute to, I don't know. What do I need a minute to? I want to lay down on my bed, but I don't want to fall asleep. I'm sleepy. Yay, it's raining outside. It doesn't rain too often here in Australia. I was in a drought till recently. I don't know. I think we still, like, my dad, I remember he could only water the plants on like Sunday night after 8 p.m. No, 7 p.m. He can only water the plants after 7 p.m. on Sunday nights. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. It's because it hasn't rained that much, but it's been raining recently, son. That's nice. What day was it? Monday. Monday it rained a lot. Rained a lot on Monday. Plushies scream at random points to keep Robert awake. My parents are gonna wonder what the heck I'm up to if I do that. When is the ASMR movie script reading? Oh my gosh. I've never seen that movie, but I've heard about it. It's absolutely crazy. Uh-oh, there's doors. Is that my sister? Or one of my brothers? If it's my sister, I'm in danger of having to be quiet. If it's my brothers, I'm not in danger of anything. Are we allowed to sleep? Yes, you're allowed to sleep. I didn't prevent you from sleeping. The only rules I have are for the chat. Actually, I haven't written any chat rules. I should probably do that, actually. There should be rules. Oh my gosh, thank you for the 5 gifted. My sister has not come in here. That's a good sign it was my brother. One of them. Okay. We're going to talk about the hypothalamus and the pituitary gland. I'm just curious, how long is chapter 5? It's chapter 4 and chapter 5 and that's it. And I'd preferably want to go over everything today. It's 34. Okay, the last one's not long. This one's long, the last one's not too long. Okay, we can do this. This one's not as long as the last, well, the last one's 9 pages. It's not so long as... Okay. I just want to sleep. I don't want to do this. I want to sleep. Okay. Neutral regulation of endocrine function. Hold on, let me catch up my notes real quick. How can the nervous system regulate hormone release? Direct innervation, adrenal medulla, neurosecretion of hormones, neuroendocrine, hypothalamus, to pituitary, posterior pituitary. Okay. Is this picture that I don't really know what it is of? Short-term stress response, increased heart rate, increased blood pressure, liver converts glycogen to glucose and releases glucose to blood, dilation of bronchioles, changes in blood flow patterns leading to decreased digestive system activity and reduced urine output, increased metabolic rate. Oh my gosh, thank you for the another gift. Long-term stress response, retention of sodium and water by kidneys, increased blood volume and blood pressure, or protein and fats converted to glucose or broken down for energy, increased blood glucose, suppression of immune systems. Cell communication, gap junctions, synaptic, paracrine, endocrine, pituitary glands and hypothalamus. Nervous and endocrine system interact. Pituitary gland, hypophysis, undergrowth. Hypothalamus regulates secretion of pituitary in response to other hormones, sensory info, and emotions. Posterior pituitary, neurohypophysis. hypophysis. Oh, I wrote down stuff in my notes. Okay, so I'm gonna look at this picture of these positive hormones inhibiting negative hormones released into blood. Yo, that was my sister. I think I'm gonna have to go. Yep, farewell guys. I appreciate you guys keeping me company while I study. I promise I'll take a shower in the morning, okay? And I promise to sleep also. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.